With Mafia the Old Country releasing soon, I've decided to go back into the Mafia series as I wait for the new game. When I played Mafia 2, I was reminded of just how good this game really was. But what stood out to me the most was the police system that it has within the game. Seriously, Mafia 2's police system crushes anything that we've seen in open world crime games, even to this very day. And remember, this is a game from 2010, and it's still yet to be beat in my opinion. Hopefully future games will include some of these features that I'm going to be talking about, GTA 6 maybe. But quickly before I get into the video, make sure you like the video if you do end up enjoying it. Also, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications turned on so you don't miss any of my upcoming Mafia videos. So with that being said, let's get into the 8 reasons why Mafia 2 still has the best police system in any video game. First up is something that most open world games completely ignore, that being speeding when driving. In most games, you can just go as fast as you want down the road, but in Mafia 2, however, it's much stricter. You've got a speed meter on the screen when you're driving, and there's even an optional speed limiter you can toggle on. The limit is usually 40 miles per hour in most areas of the map, with some areas allowing higher speeds. If you turn off that limiter and start going over the speed limit in front of the cops, they'll react to seeing it happen, and you'll immediately be wanted by the police. Speeding triggers a 1-star wanted level, so you can usually just get rid of this wanted level by getting out of the sight of the cops who are chasing you. But if you want to, for some reason, be a good citizen, I guess you can pull over to the side, and then the cop will walk up to you, ask you to get out of your car, give you a little lecture, and hand you a fine for your reckless driving. This level of detail when it comes to speeding has rarely ever been seen outside of the Mafia series. So I want to know, what do you think? Does this kind of realism go too far, or is it the kind of detail that makes games even better? Let me know in the comments. And on the subject of 1-star wanted levels, this is another thing that Mafia 2 does way better than any other game. Most games that have a police system and wanted levels get this so wrong. It never really feels like a 1-star wanted level. You've got cops pulling out guns, getting aggressive, and sometimes even starting to shoot over the smallest of crimes. But 1-star should mean exactly that. It's the lowest level of police response, non-violent, just a basic warning. And that's exactly how it works in Mafia 2. When you commit these low-level crimes like speeding, crashing into cars, that sort of thing, and we'll get into more of these in detail later on in the video. You don't get chased down with cops firing the guns, no, you just get fined. No weapons, no fighting, just a bit of money lost and a warning not to do it again.
You're gonna kill somebody, you keep driving that way. I'm gonna fine you.
Thank you, officer.
Do yourself a favor, pal, and straighten up.
So moving on to those other crimes that get a unique response and are worth mentioning on their own. First up is how cops respond to fighting in the streets in Mafia 2. Like I mentioned earlier, in most other games, even a small little fight could turn into the cops going absolutely gun crazy over, but Mafia 2 handles this differently. If the police see you and a NPC in hand-to-hand fighting, you'll get a 1-star wanted level. You'll actually see the cops run towards the scene of the fight and shout for both of you to knock it off right now, which will immediately end the fight. If you decide not to re-engage in the fight, things will calm down. But if you decide to keep on fighting, or if you knock out the NPC before the police arrive, you'll be bumped up to a 2-star wanted level and will be arrested. It's one of the many examples of how Mafia 2's police system just makes so much sense. A quick fist fight shouldn't be treated like you just robbed a bank. But if you take it too far, there are consequences. That balance is something most games with a police system just doesn't get right. And the other 1-star police response that I wanted to mention separately is how the cops in Mafia 2 can request to see your ID. It's another non-violent response, just like the fines and warnings. The only known way to trigger this is by bumping into a patrolling officer on the street. Do it twice and they'll stop you and ask for your ID.
Can I see your ID, sir? Thank you, sir.
That's it. No fight, no gun, just a calm interaction. And the last one related to wanted star levels is how cops respond at 2 stars in Mafia 2. Let's be honest, 2 stars. In most games, that's it. You're done. It's over. You're not getting arrested at this point. You're getting gunned down. No apologies, no chance to explain, game over. But in Mafia 2, however, a 2-star wanted level just means that the cops want to arrest you. And the best part, you can still get out of it without being arrested or shot. When the police catch you, there's an option to bribe the officer on the spot. He'll take the cash, look the other way, just like that, you're off the hook. If you manage to escape, but you're still a wanted criminal, you can find a phone and call the cops yourself, offering a $500 bribe to the station. They'll accept it every time, even if you are on 3 or 4 stars. Moving on from the star system, the next thing I have to bring up is how the police react to store robberies. You can hold up a store by pointing a gun at an employee behind the desk, and then you can head over to the till, grab the cash and make your escape. You've got 2 ways of going about it though. You can just simply scare the employee by pointing the gun, take the money and leave. Or you can take it further, kill the cashier and then grab the money. What's great is that each option leads to a different police response if you return to the scene of the crime. If you didn't shoot the employee, you'll come back to find them talking to 2 police officers inside the store, giving a statement about the robbery. And if you get too close, the employee will actually point you out to the cops, and you'll be arrested right then and there. But if you did gun down the employee, the game just doesn't forget. When you return to the crime scene, there'll be police tape across the door, marking it off as a crime scene and telling the public not to enter. Both reactions are excellent little details that you won't see in most other games, especially in open world games. It's all part of what makes Mafia 2's police system so special. One of the things I find pretty funny in most open world crime games is how even at a 5-star wanted level, you can just hide for long enough and boom, you're off the hook completely. Yeah, you just killed 5 people, caused a massive pile up and took out a helicopter in the sky, but you hide in an alleyway for 30 seconds and now you're a free man. And the best part, you can just walk right past that same cop who wanted you dead a minute ago, and now he's just casually strolling along like nothing ever happened. Mafia 2 actually tries to make this make sense. If you lose the cops whilst you're a wanted man and they spot you again, you're still a wanted man. They'll recognise you and you'll get chased all over again. The only proper ways to clear your wanted level are by either paying a bribe over the phone or changing your outfit. Is it ultra realistic? No, not really. Changing your clothes shouldn't magically wipe away your crimes, but hey, at least it's something. At least the cops don't suddenly go, "Hey, how are you doing?" because you hid behind a dumpster for 30 seconds and lost your wanted level. And lastly, not only are you wanted after evading the cops, but if you committed your crimes in front of the police and then jumped into a car that they could clearly see, the license plate becomes wanted too. So even if you manage to get away, the next time you drive near a cop with that same car and plate, you'll instantly become a wanted criminal all over again. You've got a couple of ways to avoid this. The simplest is to just ditch the car when no cops are around and hop into a new one. They won't know that you've just switched the cars and the new plate will be clean. But if you really like that car that you're in, no worries at all. You can head over to the mechanic and get the license plate changed. You can even fully customize it, and just like that, your car is no longer known to the police. Again, it's one of those small but really appreciated touches. It makes being wanted feel like something that you care about, instead of just being a temporary inconvenience. You feel like they're actually tracking you, and it really does make all the difference.